Hi, I'm Lou Adzima. Welcome to my shop. Today I'm going to be working on a little castle for my grandson. He has a bunch of little men, wrestlers and army men and all different kind of little men. And I asked him what he wanted for Christmas. He told me he wanted a castle to put his men on. So I looked around the web and I was searching for a toy castle to buy for him, and I didn't have too much luck. But I did find a drawing, and I'll show it to you in a minute, that it looked like it was feasible and maybe possible to build. So I'm going to give it a shot today, and hopefully he'll enjoy his Christmas present. This is the image that I found on the web, and what it is it's a castle that kind of folds together. There's a piano hinge here in the corner and it folds together, and this forms the handle for it. The floors are at different levels, but I think I'm going to make them all at one level and cut some doorways through there so that he can move his men back and forth between the rooms. There's also a staircase, two staircases. It looks to me like it's just a mirror image two copies of the same image, and it just folds together into kind of a suitcase deal. This is the drawing that I made. It's 1:1 scale for the castle wall. This will be one half. There will be another half that folds closed on it, and it'll be kind of a suitcase arrangement. The vertical partitions are going to be 1/2-inch Baltic birch. They are 16 inches long. 16 inches long by 4.5 inches wide. Using the 1/2-inch Baltic birch, and I've also cut these notches that are going to be 1/2 inch wide so that they come out evenly spaced. There's going to be 1 hole, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes in each one, and then another partition. This will form the other full space there. So there'll be 3 of them. There's going to be 3 floors. This will be 1, 2, and this will be kind of a partial floor these 2 will be full floors. This will be a partial floor because there's going to be some staircases in here which I haven't drawn and I need to work out. But I set this up on a table saw to use a 1/2-inch dado blade and cut all the tops on. Also the side walls, these walls will have 1/2-inch cuts in them also. Okay, I have this set up. I've got my spacer set up. I've tacked a sacrificial board to this guide so that it helps make me a nicer clean cut. What I'm going to do is put these in here and cut 1 slot, move it over. I'm sure you've seen this routine before. So I have 8 tops to do to cut these battlements, so this will take me a while. I had to cut 9 windows in each wall, and I used double stick tape to hold this pattern on, and here I'm using just a router to cut the windows out. And The jig worked out very good. It's time to start some assembly, so I want the top to be even on this, so that's why I have it upside down. And I'm going to put staples in this because this thin plywood will not hold nails very well. So that's our castle wall. Got two more things to do, are mount these stairs. The next piece in our projects is putting the bottom on. So I'm just going to add some glue. I've already cut a piece for it. So there we have the bottom, and that pretty much does it. Oh, I have to put the staircase in. Now I want to do a little sanding on that, so that'll be probably the next thing I do, is put the two staircases in. To make the ladders for the castle, I'm using some, it's about 5/16 inch square stock. I've got them banded together. I've taped them together, and I've cut the angle at 30 degrees on both ends. So I'm going to run a 1/4 inch dado, or 1/4 inch dado across the face of these, and then make some rungs. I'll separate these, and it'll be two ladders. So that's what I'm working on right now. I've changed my layout on these ladder cuts. I've set up a 1/4 inch dado blade. That's about a little less than 1/4 of an inch deep. And I'm going to make the first cut, use the ruler as a guide to mark the second cut, so they're going to be kind of uniform, or as uniform as I can make them. So here's the cutouts on the ladders, and now I'll make a slat to go in across. The next thing I'm going to do is cut the steps for the ladder. I've put a stop block on my miter box here, and I'm going to cut these to length. Now I can unwrap the vertical support pieces of the ladder and start fitting the rungs into the ladder. Actually, they're fitting pretty good, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue them, and I'm going to surface sand it and get them all level and even. But I'm pretty happy with this. It's a pretty easy build. There we have our ladder. We try our ladder, see how it fits. Looks pretty good. And allow the soldiers to get up to the ramparts up here to fight. Next thing is installing the piano hinge on the, it's going to be the back side. Using a Vicks bit to install these. It has a little drill bit right in the center of it. When you push this down, it centers the hinge, the whole drill bit in the center of the hole. Well, we have the hinge installed now. All I have left to do is put this little latch on this side to keep it shut. So set that up and figure out how to mount it. Now I'm going to put the latch on the other side from the hinge to allow Andrew to lock this together so stuff doesn't fall out. So that's the handle and the hinge. I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. One other thing that I want to do is come up with some kind of handle so he can pick it up from the top and be able to carry it conveniently. So I need to look at that and see what I can come up with. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. Anyway, so this is what I come up with. This little plywood piece with a handle cut out. And what I'm going to do is just let him put this in here and shut the door, lock it up, and be able to pick it up, carry it around. So I think I'm pretty much done. I may take and fill these holes and spray the outside with some lacquer to bring the back side of this plywood up, clean it up. But I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. Got his flag. I'm going to add some bricks to the outside of the castle walls to make it look more castle-like. One of the things I've done is I've taken and laid out, they're about 3/4 of an inch lines across here. I don't know if you can see them on the face of this, and each one's going to have a little arch. Here's a sample that I came up with, and I'm using a compass to draw about a 1/4 inch line around where the line's going to be for the arch. And what I plan on doing is using a Sharpie with a real fine point on it, going around all these lines and then making bricks in it. So I've got all the lines drawn on it to make it look like a brick wall, and I'm going to spray it with some lacquer just to get it to look even and to seal that ink in there. I used a Sharpie pen. Doesn't say what brand it is, but it's really a fine point Sharpie that I got at Michael's. Hey, if you've enjoyed this video or any of my videos, how about subscribing down below and giving me a thumbs up? Okay, I'd appreciate it. See you next time. That's the end of this one, I think.